Marriage doesn't change a woman, it removes the mask.
Okay, so guys, there's a new gist to this story. And honestly, right now, I don't know who to believe, where to stand, or whatever. Anyway, as the online in laws, you know us, we are always in the middle. When they bring the gist, we handle it. Listen to this. Niger Gist Direct has brought a new juice to this story of Peggy and Leonard. It is a long one, I must warn you. So grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee because the gist is long. Well. Listen to this.
Marriage doesn't change a woman, it removes the mask. Let me say that again. Marriage does not change a woman, marriage removes the mask of the woman. This is the story of Frederick Leonard, the Nollywood actor, and his wife, Peggy. This is the second time that Freddie has ended his marriage. What I am trying to say in a layman's language is that Freddie Leonard ended his marriage, not the other way around. I decided not to speak to this before now out of my respect for the couple, especially Freddie. Freddie is a personal friend. I can call myself his legal counsel and I can call myself his therapist. You understand? So I decided not to speak to this, but obviously his wife made this wide range allegation of a particular married woman that Freddie has been sleeping with even before marriage. Nothing like that happened. Absolutely nothing like that. Peggy is trying to push a narrative that she left her marriage because the husband was cheating. Nah, Peggy did not leave her marriage because the husband was cheating. Freddie ended his marriage because Peggy was very disrespectful. I had spoken to Freddie Leonard before now several times on this thing, and I will tell you that he was careful not to paint his wife black. He was very careful. But is this coincidence that you removed his surname from your social media just about 2-3 weeks ago, and then 2-3 weeks later you are coming with such a huge allegation? This marriage has ended before now. It's not today. You understand? In the course of your separation, you had accused multiple women. Just very recently, you unfollowed Syrian Martins, the Bayelsa Nollywood actress, accusing her of having a thing or two to do with your husband. You were on call with her. She was with her man, and she told you, Madam, you are on speaker. You said you had evidences that she was sleeping with your husband. And she told you she was with her man. You should please bring your evidences. This is my problem with women, and I actually don't like I have to do this because, oh, Rita, why you never support women? The truth is I want to support women, but I need women to give me reasons to support them. I need women to give me reasons to support them. This is a man that decided to get married to Peggy against all odds. He respects Peggy. I can tell you because I've spoken to Freddie Leonard so many times. And the first time we spoke, I told him, thank you for being so respectful of your wife. He was careful not to say anything bad about his wife. He just said, Rita, the marriage has broken down irretrievably, not because my wife is a bad person, but because my wife is very Western. I am quoting him word for word. The wife does not believe in submission. He said, Peggy does not believe in submission. The first time he ended the marriage, they were arguing and Peggy walked out on him. They were having an argument. Peggy walked out on him. And this was against the agreement they had before they got married. Madam, you can do anything. I understand you. I understand your personality. But you see me here, Anytime we are arguing, because it's normal for man and wife to argue, and you walk away, you might be going home from there. That was the first time they had separation. After that, Peggy and her people begged and they made peace and they continued the marriage. Tell me why this person does not have an altar of respect for the man she married. And if you know Freddie Leonard, you would know that he is very traditional. There are things he would take, there are things he wouldn't take. They talked about this. They talked about the argument they had. They talked about how Peggy walked away on him while they argued. Peggy apologized. Peggy called it an oversight. They made up. I don't think they ever argued about Freddie being with any woman. It was not what broke down their marriage. Their marriage simply broke down because Peggy was not submissive. Do we call Peggy a feminist? Maybe. But if you know that you're a feminist, you don't get married to a man like Freddie Leonard. You don't. If you know you're right, you don't get married to a man like Freddie Leonard. There was a time I did a video on is this signs of masculine men.
For the sake of making the video a little bit short, I had to, shorten it a little bit so it doesn't become too long. But you can listen to the full gist on Niger Gist Direct. What do you think? I actually wanted to ask, what do you think in the heat of the moment, a woman and a man, husband and wife, are in the heat arguing? Do you think it's decent for one of them to walk away just to avoid, more, drama? What do you think? Your comments below. Bye.